What's up, guys? I'm Chris Spags here, back with another NFL Showdown breakdown courtesy of Awesemo.com. Today, we've got a Thursday night football matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans, one which Vegas projects for 37.5 points, an absolutely hideous total by modern NFL standards, but one in which the Titans are a 4-point favorite at home. Make sure to stay tuned until the end of this video, because I'm going to tell you how to win a free rest of season NFL pass from Awesemo.com, as well as be entered into a grand prize drawing, which will be an all-access pass for all of our sports that's coming on Christmas Eve. So watch until the end and I will tell you more. Leonard Fournette's been getting about 30 touches a game since returning from injury. That excludes games in which he leaves early due to punching men in the face. That kind of workload is impossible to find elsewhere in this game, and that for good reason will put Fournette as likely the chalkiest play on the slate. We've seen high workload running backs blow up in these showdown slates over the last few weeks, but I do think this is a spot where it's hard to imagine Fournette being not one of the top point scorers. That said, just not playing Fournette will likely differentiate your lineup quite a bit, so I have no problem trying to find a way to get there somehow else. It just seems like it might end up being a dumb play by the end of it all. Normally, I also don't like having the highest priced guy as captain, just because there's so many different ways you can go, and going with somebody cheaper at captain will usually free up some money to go pay up for better guys. But with so few options in this game, I really have no issue with playing Fournette at captain too. Playing the pass attack for the Jaguars would be a contrarian move, but I'm not sure it's actually a good one. Cody Kessler is not the USC quarterback I'm proudest of as an alum, but he did look competent enough in that game he started last week versus the Colts. He's not a good play per se, especially because he's getting sacked on 11.5% of his dropbacks this year, but if you are trying to make a contrarian lineup, I think going with the passing attack of the Jaguars, helmed by Cody Kessler, is certainly a way to get different and maybe stupid. In Kessler's first start, D.D. Westbrook led the team in air yards, while T.J. Yeldon led the team with 8 targets, a number that should come down a bit with Fournette taking a few of those off the table this week. Keelan Cole was more of an underneath guy, whereas Dante Moncrief was the mid-range guy. And I'm mentioning all these guys in particular because I think if you're playing Cody Kessler, you have to stack him with at least one of these dudes, possibly two, depends on if you're playing Fournette. But I think this only way that Cody Kessler can get to value is by one of these guys, maybe two, having an outlier performance. James O'Shaughnessy is in the mix too, a very cheap play at tight end. None of these guys are particularly great. Westbrook would be the one I prefer the most, but any of these guys can score a touchdown. And in a game with a low point total like this one is expected to have, you have to get the touchdowns all across the board. The Jags D looked resilient versus the Colts last week, and the Colts are obviously a much better pass attack than the Titans team is. The Jags D was just due for some positive regression. They haven't given up a lot of yards on the year, but they also haven't gotten lucky with turnovers, and the pressure they're creating is not enough to force those turnovers. But Marcus Mariota gets sacked on 12.2% of his dropbacks, and the coverage here from the Jags, which looked really invigorated last week, could be a situation where there could be coverages leading to sacks for Mariota, a guy who's already getting sacked a lot. Mariota's still playable in this game, whether you think he's going to have a good day or not, because the floor of a quarterback is good enough where it could be useful on a slate like this where we're not expecting a ton of yardage and scoring, but he just doesn't seem like the best play to me, and not a guy I'm dying to lock into my lineups. Corey Davis could get going and be useful in your lineup whether you have Marcus Mariota in there or not. His 27% target share would be a lot better on other teams, but it is enough here in this game where we're not expecting a ton of production across the board. Because of the target share, Corey Davis should be highly owned, and I think it's not crazy to look at a pivot on the Titans passing attack because, again, we're trying to capture all the touchdowns here to make sure we have a shot at winning this showdown. Tywan Taylor may be an interesting pivot. He had 157 air yards last week, which is about the same amount as Corey Davis had in the last 3 weeks combined. So Tywan Taylor is being targeted downfield. He is a very much boomer bust play, but if he's getting targeted downfield, at least he'll have a shot at accomplishing something. Tajay Sharp is also in the mix enough to at least be worth consideration as a pivot to Davis. There's going to be a lot of attention paid to Davis because he's the biggest threat in the passing attack for the Titans, and I think going to Sharp or Taylor could be an interesting move if you are trying to play Mariota. Jonnu Smith is also a viable tight end play, not getting targeted very deep, not seeing a ton of volume, but he has scored at a pretty good rate. He has a pretty good run after the catch rate as well. So there's some value in going to Jonnu Smith, and again, we just need to get all the touchdowns in this game because they are going to be at a premium today. The run game for the Titans looks slightly better, but not what I would call good either. Derrick Henry will get you some touches and a shot at a touchdown, but it's hard to trust him in any matchup, and I think that it might be a little more valuable to go to Dion Lewis at what should be lower ownership. Dion Lewis has had a bad few weeks, and the pass-catching matchup for running backs versus the Jaguars isn't that great, with them decreasing production in that category by 14.6% according to Football Outsiders DVOA. But you're trying to find some sort of value here who has upside. Dion Lewis, with his pass catching ability and him still getting enough touches out of the rushing game, could be a guy who's going to be lower owned and has at least a ceiling that's capable of a decent enough game. Both defenses are in play here, with both quarterbacks likely to be under duress because of their own inabilities getting rid of the ball and a better pass rush. Lineups with both defenses included could be interesting today, given the lack of scoring anticipated and the fact that the Tennessee red zone defense is pretty strong. There will be some scoring from somewhere in this game, but with a situation with two quarterbacks who may get sacked a lot and have a pretty decent propensity for turning the ball over, it's very possible a defensive touchdown here is key. And again, because of the low total, we're trying to get all the touchdowns. For those same reasons, Ryan Suckup and Josh Lambo are in play. With the offenses likely to have some struggles moving the ball, I think either guy can have a decent enough day to be useful. So good job for you two kickers. The issue is really whether the offenses can get enough yards to get these guys in the field goal range. I'm a little more confident for Josh Lambo just because I think Leonard Fournette will be able to at least do enough versus the Titans to get the Jaguars into range. But both guys are playable here, and this is actually a one time where it might be viable to play two defenses and two kickers just because there's going to be such an ugly game expected here by Vegas. So there we have it, another truly stirring showdown in the books. Hopefully we'll have a better one coming up soon. But as I mentioned above, now is the time to tell you how to win a free membership for the rest of the NFL season on Awesemo.com. All you have to do is like this video and leave a comment down below telling me which guy on this slate you think is going to score a touchdown. If you do that, you'll be randomly entered to win a free rest of season NFL pass Awesemo.com. All the rankings, ownership projections, including rankings for this showdown slate, would be at your fingertips if you win. We're randomly selecting from all of our Awesemo shows here, so you can enter a bunch of shows here. Just go watch the show, do what they tell you to do, and you get random entries to win. And at the end of it all the entries will be combined together, and we're going to pick one grand prize winner who wins an all-access pass to all of the sports at Awesemo.com. So you could win money with Jake Hari in the NHL, you can win money with Josh and Fast Eddie in the NBA, and of course you're getting all of Awesemo's rankings and thoughts on all the major sports. So like this video now, leave a comment down below telling me who you think is going to score a touchdown today, and you'll be randomly entered in a chance to win. And we are still giving away the free week passes to Awesemo.com if you want to learn more about what we're doing on a nightly and weekly basis for all the sports. So check that promo code I'm dropping in here. Promo code THShowdown will get you 1 week free of Awesemo.com. Again, all the ownership projections and rankings, a lot of the important things that the best players use to get ahead of the field. Use that promo code where it's right here. It's right here. I think I'm pointing on this every single time. I'm nailing this 100% hit rate on where I'm pointing for the promo code. And that's all I have for you this week. So thank you guys for watching. Like and comment a guy who's going to score a touchdown for your chance to win. And I'll be back again soon with, I really pray to God, a better game.